Okay, so I'm identifying myself as a social worker for the University Wellness Center at Winona State University.
And I'm identifying myself as a student at Winona State University. My name is Nadia Banks, and I am coming to you for a problem of failing a course.
Okay, so we'll take a few seconds to gather ourselves, and then we'll start the interview. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Nadia. My name is Amalia. I'm here as a social worker here at the University Center. How are you today?
Okay. Just kind of bummed.
Yeah? You want to tell me a little bit why you're bummed?
Yeah, well, I need to pass this course to get into my internship, and I'm failing right now.
Okay. What are you looking for doing for work?
I want to be a social worker.
Okay. All right. So you want to be a social worker and you're struggling
Yes.
right now getting past this course.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about the course?
Well, see, I'm really not understanding my teacher fully, and part of it has to do with, my outside. I just have a lot going on and stuff. But I feel like I can't really connect with my teacher to understand his expectations.
Okay. And is it a prerequisite course? Is it like math, science, psychology?
It's for the program.
Okay.
So, like, I'm interested in the course, but I just,
Okay.
I don't know if I just need a different teacher.
So it's like the intro to social work, probably? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm like, how do I go about finding help for
Yeah. So what is some of the challenges that you're having right now in the course? You mentioned that, you're just not understanding the expectations. Like, does that like mean like the course assignments or like the syllabus, for example, or just the day-to-day classroom stuff?
Well, like, just the day-to-day, like, last minute, they just change the due date, or, and, like, his grading is just, like, way up here, and I feel like he doesn't really give you what he expects through, what his expectations are.
Okay.
So I don't really know, how to fix that.
Okay. So have you possibly had a conversation with him?
I tried to reach out to him.
Like via email or in
Yeah.
class or?
Yeah.
Okay. And just not successful at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you would say you're a sophomore then, going into class, because I think, if
Yeah.
I'm correct, the program starts your junior year?
Correct.
Okay, and you mentioned you had a lot of outside stuff going on.
Yeah.
Do you want to kind of touch base on that?
Well, I'm a single mom, and got a lot of baby daddy issues,
Okay.
and yeah, he just ruined my life,
Okay.
and
So it's impacting your school?
yeah, and family's there, but they live far away, so it's not really like they're there. They're there for emotional support, but not physical.
So you don't have any physical support
Yeah.
systems right now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like close friends that have kids possibly, or like
Yeah.
siblings maybe that are closer to you than your parents?
Siblings are out, they don't live around here either, and, I guess maybe I should probably reach out for help, but, it's just, I'm the parent, so I feel like I gotta handle it,
Okay.
and yeah, so it's just been kind of emotional roller coaster, and
Okay.
yeah, and just kind of,
So you said you're a single mom. Do you work at all?
yeah, and I work, and so like finding my time, trying to balance stuff is just very stressful, and then I'm failing this course now, and it's just like I feel like I'm going down and not up in life, and it's just really hard.
Okay, so it's just kind of all hitting you. Are you
Yeah.
failing any of your other courses right now, or is it just this course?
Yeah, it's this course, but I really, really need this course.
Okay.
So I just I guess this is why I'm here today, just figure out what I can do, because I
Okay.
don't want this to pause my life.
Okay. No, I mean, it's glad that you identified that you're having some issues right now and that you are needing help, and I'm glad you did come in. With you actually coming in, you know, I just want to explain a little bit about the process. Like, this is a referral. I would love that we would get to the point where we start having regular meetings if that's something you're interested in, but I do want to let you know that I am a mandated reporter, so if something were to happen where I would question like safety, not like that you would actually like harm yourself, but like if, you know, you're really stressed, because it seems like that's a big thing right now. You have some personal stress going on in your school stress, but if you were stressed, I would have to, you know, bring that up to you just because I am a mandated reporter. And we can go more into that paperwork side if that's something, you know, you would like to know exactly what that would be, like if we can get past this referral, which I hope we do. We could talk about it again a little bit later, but I just wanted to put that out there that I do have to report safety concerns. So hopefully that's not an issue, but if it
No.
is, we can talk about it right now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you live on your own in Rochester?
Yeah.
Surrounding areas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rochester.
Do you have, like, so you live with your daughter, do you have a roommate or anything?
No.
Okay. Any pets? I know animal support is a huge
No.
thing.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I'd have time for a pet.
No, I mean, that's good that you identify with that.
Right.
Do you, so our services through the school are covered through insurance or other resources that we do have? I'm assuming because you do have a daughter, and this is just an assumption, that you do have health insurance.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Do you have any other like resources that you do utilize, like maybe like church, or any of those community-based resources?
Like
Like
what do you
support
mean, like-
groups, like single
Yeah.
parent groups?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I would be interested.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely look into some stuff for you on that, and we can talk about that a little bit later, maybe some next steps.
Okay.
Because it sounds like, from what you've explained to me, that you might be struggling with this one course, but there might be some underlying stuff that you're just really overwhelmed with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can definitely look at some of that stuff. So I do have some questions that I do have to ask for county purposes and for our billing purposes for these types of visits. So I hope that doesn't deter us on our track, but we will definitely touch base back on it. But I just wanted to kind of check them off so that we can really start diving deep. Is that okay if we take a break on the topic and just to get some of this stuff done?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine.
So, financials, so you said you work full-time, part-time?
So what is this? Why do I have to answer like these questions?
So it's not necessarily like against you, it's just certain things, like we wanna make sure, so you are a college student and you did say that you do have a daughter and you were her sole caretaker, that if a financial issue is happening, we might be able to help give you some resources and some
Okay.
better assistances with that.
Yeah.
Like, we do have some really good programs here in Rochester, like Women, Infant, and Children, the WIC program, it's for children under 5, I believe.
Yep.
And it's at no cost, and all women, I think, are qualified for that, just to kind of, if that, you know, is something that you're struggling with,
Yeah.
we
that
can
would be
definitely
really
talk about
helpful.
it.
Mhm.
Okay. So you work part-time or
Yep.
full-time?
I work part-time.
Okay. And do you like your job?
Yeah, I love my job. Mhm.
Okay, so you're not having any stress at work right now?
No, other
Okay.
than pay, but
Okay.
you kind of gotta take your pros and cons with that.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I work with people with disabilities.
I bet that's very fulfilling.
Yes, it is. It
Okay.
really is.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
So I have a couple more questions.
Okay.
So you said you have baby daddy issues. I'll use that term
Yeah.
because that's what you used. Is there any legal stuff going on with that, like paternity cases, child support that's going on that could be underlying some of this going on?
I wish he wasn't in the picture.
Okay. Have you gotten in trouble with the law at all or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you mentioned that your family lives far away.
Mhm.
How is it like growing up at home?
I lived actually a really, good life. My parents, always said we could do better, and so, they didn't, give us slack, and so that's why I'm just very upset why I can't pass this class in.
Okay. And then, you said you had siblings.
Mm-hmm.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a busy household, and yeah, and I was really close to my family, so maybe that kind of hurts a little bit now that they're far away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, distance is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always lived in Rochester, or?
Since I started school.
Okay.
3 years ago.
Okay. Where did you grow up?
In a small town, 2 hours away.
Okay. Did you like the small town living?
I did and I didn't.
What did you like about it?
Well, I like that. I don't know what I liked about it. But
It's okay.
what I didn't like about it is, everyone just knows everything you do, and yeah, it's just too small and very sheltered and everything, and yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always kind of want to leave that small town feel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel now that you live in a bigger town? I'm assuming it's bigger now because Rochester is growing.
Right. Yeah, it is. Just raising, being a single mother, was kind of a little fearful with, the child, and always having to, watch where she's going, and, can't just play in the yard by herself. She, like in a small town, you could maybe just, you could turn around and she would be okay in front of you.
Yeah.
But, so maybe, just, yeah.
Okay. So you're working towards your associate's degree right now, or do you already have it?
I already have my associates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
just waiting to get into the program with this one course?
Yep.
Okay. I do have to ask this question. Have you ever been in the military?
No.
Okay. Okay. So this next question I'm gonna ask, you do not have to answer if you feel uncomfortable. Just because you've just met me and I don't want you to feel like you have to answer all of my questions. But it's just something we do have to ask. You said you had a really good childhood growing up, so I hope this question is not applicable, but was there any abuse or trauma when you were a child, or growing up, or even recently?
Not growing up, more so now, yes. I have some issues.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, we don't have to talk about it, it's okay.
Yeah, I prefer not to.
Yeah, no, I will definitely respect your wishes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
I just kind of want to just get to the bottom line of, I don't know what to do about this class,
Yeah, so I've asked my questions that I needed to ask, so let's start brainstorming.
Mm-hmm.
So we're right before midterms right now.
Yep.
So there's a good chance that, you won't fail this course if we take some corrective actions.
Okay.
What is your grade currently, or do you know?
A 1 failing.
So is it a D or F?
It's at a low percent.
Okay. Okay.
It's at a low, yeah.
Okay. How many assignments have you turned in, if I may ask?
Well, the first assignment, it was just a bad week, so I didn't get that assignment in, and then I think there's been about 5 assignments so far. So, that kind of stressful because, there's really not many chances to do good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, you said that you're just having issues with this specific teacher because he's really not explaining things. Like, in a perfect situation, what if, you asked him, hey, what is your expectations? What do you expect him to say back to you?
Well,
Like,
maybe
what would you need?
more clarification, you know.
Okay.
Kind of like when he gives an assignment, he could, you know, kind of give like a little, like more direction
Okay.
instead of just kind of, it's just like, okay, you didn't turn in your paper, well, just hand it to me, you know, like more like, yeah.
More like a specific concrete date?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
hey, this is due,
Yeah.
this is what you need to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So like when he just says, "Oh, just turn it into me," and feel like, you know, you can just slack off too, because then I have other issues that I need to worry about. So then I start doing more about those, and then
Put it on the burner?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and then I think I arranged another one for procrastination.
Hey, it's okay that you identify that that could be a problem, but it's good that you identify things because that's a strength. Some people can't identify their problems and they can't identify, you know, where they struggle. So that's something to really be proud of. It's you know, it's hard sometimes. You think, oh, I'm just getting down on myself, but if you can identify, hey, I really am not good at procrastination. Like, I need due dates.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, if you do procrastinate, you're still at least identifying that, hey, this is what I need and this is what I'm not getting. So how would we work towards that?
I don't know.
I mean, I can
Any
ass-
answers?
I can assist. Like, we can set up, you know, times.
Okay.
Like, how many times do you meet a week for this class?
For this class, once a week.
Okay, once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For 4 hours.
Okay.
It's a long class too, and so like sometimes I just don't want to go. So maybe that could be an issue too.
Okay. Yeah, and you know, we're getting close to the wintry season.
Yeah.
So-
seasonal depression.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay. So just involving that you're having issues meeting deadlines, what is something that you would like to maybe work on before if we do have a next meeting? Like, you know, I can give some examples, like maybe emailing them so you can have evidence that you are reaching out.
Okay.
Like, hey, I see that this assignment is due, but there's no due date. Can you give me a clarification on that? Like, do you think that would help? Or,
No, I don't think that would help.
okay, what do you think would help?
I don't know. Maybe more of like a reminder. I should maybe start sending reminders and either my phone or like.
Okay. Like,
You
help
know,
you with some sort of
accountability.
scheduling thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something you struggle with across the board is time management?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have some great tools for time management
Okay.
and, you know, but I don't wanna just be the one driving this force. You know, I would like to set up a meeting maybe a couple days before your next class,
Okay.
just so that we can, you know, have a game plan.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know that these are due soon, like maybe we should like look at the syllabus or the assignment expectations and like put it in a planner.
Yeah.
We can put it on your phone, there's great technology, you know, so that you kind of can have that written out, or if, you know, I would like for you to come up with one solution too before our next meeting.
Okay.
To just kind of try to be like, okay, you know, I thought of this, or I looked into these kind of things, like this
Yeah.
might be something I'm interested in, and we can go from there.
Right.
So I think that'd be really good for
Right.
you.
Definitely. And just more so like you know, a focus. You know, when I'm in class, I gotta really focus on class time and not on my outside life, all my stuff that I got going on.
Yeah.
I think that plays a huge part in taking the course serious.
Yeah, and then I heard you did kind of briefly mention that you think you have seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Have you sought out to your primary doctor about this?
No.
Okay.
I guess I'm just too busy and like, you know.
Okay. I mean, would it be something applicable that maybe, you know, you look into, you know, because normally you have to kind of plan an appointment ahead. It's not going to be something immediate, so it's not like it's going to throw your day-to-day life off.
Right.
It might be ahead of time where you know, hey, I have class this day.
Yeah.
So maybe I should meet with my doctor or something, or I don't know your schedule. I think you might know it a little bit better,
Yeah.
like when you have your work and all that.
Right. Yeah, I'd look into that, maybe
Okay.
think about it.
Yeah, because it affects a lot more people than you do think.
Right.
So, you don't have to be like, oh, it just affects me.
Yeah.
It affects a lot of people because when we live in the tundra, is what I refer to, so
Yeah.
it gets pretty cold
Right.
and it gets pretty dark pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Mhm.
So, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So I just kind of want to recap a little bit about what we've talked about. You kind of came to me that you're having some issues with a teacher, and we kind of developed some next steps that we should meet, next week, about 2 days before your class. So, what day do you have class?
On Tuesday.
Okay, so do you want to meet that Friday before so you kind of can plan over the weekend? Or do you want to meet on Monday?
I'd go for Monday.
Okay, then yeah, we can most definitely meet on Monday.
Okay.
What time works best for you if you wanted to check your phone? Or do you just know on the top of your head?
I just know.
Okay.
I think I know. We could meet at like 1.
Oh, perfect. I have actually the afternoon off,
Oh, perfect.
so I don't have any appointments, so that
Okay.
actually works out really well.
Okay.
And then just remind yourself, however you would like to, or if you want to do it right after this session, that, put it in your phone.
Okay.
And then maybe to look up some stuff that you think that might be something to brainstorm with me with,
Okay.
so that you can kind of have all that.
Okay.
And then even at that time, if you want, I can help you set up that doctor's appointment with your primary.
Oh, that would be really nice. Yeah.
Because some of the stuff, a lot of people just don't like to do unless they have somebody to do it with them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I have no issues with that if you're comfortable with that.
Okay. And you could help me find some resources and stuff?
Yes,
Or
most
just
definitely.
email? Okay.
Yeah, so that
Cool.
single mother parent
Yeah.
groups.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really great groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are very technologically savvy
Yeah.
and kind of drawn into their phones. So
Mhm.
don't be afraid to actually use that as a resource.
Right.
Try to look some stuff up because you might be surprised.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any questions you have for me?
No, I don't think so. I will see you next Monday.
Perfect. I will see you at 1 o'clock.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.